Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to World of Tanks. Today I am going to bring back one series called From the Past, and this one is going to be a little bit more special because I am going to show you the oldest replay I was able to find. That still works, by the way. I actually found some other replays as well, download links to some other replays, maybe older replays, but I simply wasn't able to get those download links working, so this is the oldest I was able to get that actually works. And by the way, at the start of the episode you saw that everything is at very high, so maximum graphics, back in the days. This replay is over 5.5 years old. It is from 2012, 21st of March. 2012, guys. Yeah. And why I wanted to make this episode today is, you know that on Sandbox server we are testing HD maps. And I simply wanted to show you guys how far this game has gone. How much this game has changed over all those years. Over here in this patch we actually didn't have any physics as well, so you weren't able to drive down cliffs, you weren't able to drown yourself, I think so at least, you weren't able to drown yourself because you simply couldn't dive down the cliffs. Like, it didn't work. We didn't have any physics in this game. I believe the only physics that we had in this game was driving and turning. And explosions, if you can call it physics. And I shit you not, guys, it is actually quite funny that first, or the oldest replay I was able to find is actually about artillery. GW Type B. That is tier 8 artillery over here. Because back in the days, the top tier artillery was tier 8 artillery. We didn't have tier 10s, we didn't have tier 9s, and over here you actually see a lot of interesting things. Look at the matchmaking. We have a couple of tier 10s, we have a couple of tier 9s, and only 2 tier 8 vehicles. And look at the bottom of the food chain. We have tier 5 light tanks over here in this battle as well. Good old light tank matchmaking with +5 matchmaking. And ripped at E50, by the way. Tier 5 light tank. And by the way, on our side, on Allied side, there was my favorite light tank back in the days, the 50-2. Do you know this vehicle? With 72 kph top speed, super fast, super maneuverable, and super annoying Bob. I believe this was actually to date the most annoying vehicles to deal with, to kill, because it was so fast. Maybe now D100 is a little bit more annoying, maybe. But I was super sad when they decided to remove D50-2. Now, what else interesting do we have over here? What you can see from here is IS-4 that just received one shot. IS-4 is still in the tier 9 position. As we all know, at the moment IS-4 is tier 10 Soviet heavy tank, and I believe it was moved to tier 10 one batch after this batch battle that you are watching right now. So this was from batch 7.2 and IS-4 was moved to tier 10 in batch 7.3, if I am not mistaken. But now for 1 second, let's see what VK2801 is trying to do. Is he really trying to kill tier 8 artillery? What do you know? Top tier artillery, by the way. And yes, old sounds, old explosion sounds. Just listen to this. Listen to the next shot. Yeah, okay. Is anyone going to help him out? Yep, D54 is going to help this VK out. And finally, he was able to penetrate our hero today, who is Troyz, by the way. But VK2801 goes down through the hand of Troyz himself. So thank you D54 for your help. He actually helped us out a lot. He kind of cornered that VK2801. But everything you're seeing over here is old. Old ancient sounds. Old, I think, Rio sounds as well. Old explosions, gun sounds, old minimap. We didn't have any HD tanks in this game yet. I actually do not remember when they started putting in HD tanks. But guys, check out this shot. E100, full HP 100, 1968 damage done. That shot was once in a million shot. E100, one of the hardest tanks to penetrate with 8 rounds, and he was able to hit at the very edge of the engine bay. You can see how small that engine bay is in the first place, and he was able to hit it. He was able to penetrate it. So, one super epic shot in this battle as well. AMX 1390 in tier 8 position. Well, that isn't so new or such a new upgrade anyway, but E100 two-shotted by tier 8 artillery. Tier 8 artillery back in the days was able to do it. A nice mouse as well over here. E75, 704, nothing new, nothing too crazy. Well, actually, Mouse was one of the best tanks, one of the hardest tanks to penetrate before Wargaming decided to make premium rounds available for regular credits as well. But let's see what Troyz is able to do over here. He missed Mouse and he was able to splash E75 for a couple of damages. IS-7 is holding down this line quite nicely. It is 3 versus 3 action over here. 704 decided to rush in, and yes, as expected, it didn't end up so good for him. And by the way, if I'm looking at this old minimap, how this old minimap looks, do you prefer the older minimap or new ones that we have at the moment? That should be a little bit more understanding, but in my opinion, those old minimaps were a lot more detailed. Like we can see houses clearly, we can see every single bush clearly as well. So what is your opinion about that? In my opinion, I prefer new minimap on some maps, but on some maps I kinda like the old version, like over here for example. But this mouse is going to be dead soon, come on. I believe IS-7 and T110E5 are able to kill him quite fast, but he can see his pooper and 641 damage done. So only one more shot needed from IS-7 for example. Let's see if this guy has big enough balls for that. And oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention one weird thing about this matchmaking. You can see how Allied team has an SPG and the enemy team doesn't. This problem should be fixed now. It actually was fixed only a couple of patches ago when this matchmaking was super unbalanced. Like one team received artillery on some maps like on Prokhorovka, Malinovka, having an artillery is huge advantage. AMX 1390 and boom, 696 damage done. And seems like AMX 1390 already used his repair kit and we didn't have reusable consumables back in the day. And this is what I'm talking about, physics, no physics whatsoever. GW Type E was ramming at AMX 1390 and 1390 didn't move an inch. And now you are going to see what I was talking about when I said that you were not able to dive off the cliff. Troyz is going to demonstrate that to us. So driving with full speed, trying to suicide maybe, I don't know, and boom, full stop at the edge of the cliff. Yes, this is what we had to deal with, guys, back in the days. But only 2 enemy vehicles are still alive, 704 and IS-7, who actually flanked our heavy tanks. And Troyz is going for 704, easy 700 damage done with a direct hit, and boom, enemy vehicle knocked out, done. So IS-7, please go down as well. And you are going to see the old result screen where we didn't have the amount of damage done, but I can say that Troyz did around 7,800 damage in this battle. So everything that we were able to see was the amount of kills, if you are still alive. You can see experience earned, credits earned and repair cost as well. And from those experience and credits numbers you can tell that this was old test server where we actually received, I think, 10 times the amount of XP and credits than usual. So guys, this was the old result screen as well. And this was my episode for you today with the oldest replay that I was able to find. Maybe there are even older replays, so I am going to add a question mark at the end of my title in today's episode. And if you have any older replays, please send them in. I believe I am able to get patch 7.1.1's replays working, patch 7.1's and 7.0 replays as well, because patch 7.0 was that patch that introduced replay files, that introduced that option to save your replay files, but I simply wasn't able to get any downloads working for those patches. So once again, if you have any older replays, please send them in. Whatreplays.com, whatreplays.ru has website started from batch 7.2, I believe, so the oldest replays over there are from batch 7.2, so just don't bother looking over there. So now you know. And guys, there is actually yet another reason why I wanted to show you this old replay today. And this reason is, this very day, 6 years ago, October 13, 2011, I uploaded my very first episode about World of Tanks. 6 years ago, guys. Time really does fly like a beep. You know what I wanted to say over there. Family-friendly content. And by the way, my yesterday's episode was 100% sarcastic episode. Just to show what YouTube is wanting from us, I guess. But to celebrate 6 years of uploading World of Tanks videos, I made my personal design for you guys. For t-shirts, for hoodies. A couple of you guys have already picked something up, so huge thank you for that. Really helps me out, especially at the moment. And yeah, this shirt pretty much is me. My sayings from the past 6 years is on the t-shirt, inside this. So guys, if you would like to pick something up, link is in the description, so there you go. But guys, I believe that is it from me today. I believe now you understand how much this game has changed over the years. A lot better gun sounds in my opinion. A lot better explosions, graphics, HD tanks, and this map is going to receive, I believe it was El Haluf. I believe it is going to receive HD module as well, HD map module as well, HD graphics, physics, mechanics, matchmaking, yeah, tier 5 scout in tier 10 battle. This game has seen a lot, yeah. I remember when I started playing, I was grinding with tier 5 heavy tank and I was fighting versus tier 8 tanks. So good old +/- matchmaking with tier 5 heavy tank. I remember something like that. But guys, now I am done. I hope you enjoyed today's episode on Friday the 13th. Ooh, spooky, spooky, bad luck and all that. By the way, do you believe something like that? My favorite number is actually number 13, so I do not believe any of this. I believe today is going to be one beautiful, beautiful day. You enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Friday, take care and bye.